In this presentation, we'll be understanding the process of teleconsultation, how to treat a patient via telemedicine. The first step in this will be the initiating the first consult. So that is done by the patient itself, thereby the consent is automatically provided. Once the patient identification and consent is taken, the doctor has to quickly assess the information provided by the patient, and he has to validate whether an exchange of information is required or not, and he or she has to continue with the patient management. Now, for the first consult, what do we mean by first consult? The patient is consulting with the practitioner for the first time. The patient has consulted with the practitioner earlier, but more than 6 months have lapsed since the previous consultation. And the patient has consulted with the practitioner earlier, but it was for a very different health condition. If you have a look at the flow chart, you can see that the patient consults the doctor via video, audio, or text. And once the identity of the patient is confirmed, the consent is implied because the patient herself has contacted us. Thereby, information is collected from the patient, and the doctor needs to come to a conclusion whether the patient needs to be treated in an emergency care, or he can take even detailed information from the patient. If he's assessed that the patient needs emergency care, then advise emergency care as soon as possible and guide the patient for referral measures. Otherwise, detailed patient evaluation is taken, obtain maximum records, and advise even further investigations if one feels they are required. And once the doctor realizes that the patient is appropriate for treatment via telemedicine, the management of the condition would include providing health education as appropriate and providing counseling, as well as specific treatment by providing the required drugs, that is list O. And if the teleconsultation is via video, then he or she can prescribe medicines from the list A. And if the condition is not appropriate for telemedicine, then health education and in-person programming needs to be recommended. And if you're discussing about follow-up consult, this consult is a very different pattern, but the basics are the same, wherein the patient will be consulting with the RMP within 6 months of his or her previous in-person, and it is for continuation of the same care for the same health condition, or it can be in situations of a chronic disease or a treatment. Such examples are asthma, diabetes, or hypertension. Looking at the flow chart, it is in a pretty similar pattern, but the identity of the patient needs to be confirmed because the consultation is within 6 months of the previous consultation. So once identity of the patient is confirmed, then you proceed with the required information as we did in the first consult, wherein we judge whether the patient requires emergency or inpatient care, or detailed patient evaluation is required for management via telemedicine. If the follow-up is for continuation of care, then the practitioner may take a professional judgment to either provide health education as appropriate in the case, or provide counseling related to specific clinical condition, including advice related to new investigations that need to be carried out before the next consult. Or the practitioner may prescribe additional medications for the same complaint, which are called add-on medications, and they can be taken from the list B. If the follow-up consult is for a new complaint, then the practitioner would need to proceed with the condition as enunciated in the scenario for a first-time consultation.